Today we have got a total body toning session. We've got 6 different exercises. We're going to be working for 45 seconds on each of these exercises with a 15-second transition. We're going to go through 2 times. So with that in mind, you just need a set of dumbbells, a box or a bench if you're a little bit cautious on the squats, and we'll rip into it. We're going to start with push presses first. So grab your dumbbells. Let's kick it off. And away we go. Push presses. Let's focus on dipping straight, using your legs. Pull your ribs down as you're pressing overhead. So drive up, use those legs, keep that torso nice and straight, keep the weight on the heels as you press. All right, so as you press overhead, pull those ribs down. Try not to arch. Now, if you've got poor shoulder flexibility, like many of us in this over 40 category do, I'd encourage you to just be mindful of arching that back. All right, catch the breath. That's 1 down. Our next exercise, we're going to be getting into a goblet squat. So if you have a second set of dumbbells that's slightly heavier, by all means go for it. Otherwise, just use the single dumbbell that you have. Now, just a reminder, you can set that squat height up with something under the hips. It just allows you, gives you that peace of mind. It gets you into that good habit of keeping the weight loaded up through the heels. And while it doesn't necessarily mimic a real world squat like you would do without the box, it will protect the knees. It's a really good option. Box squats for those of us that are nursing lower body issues. All right, pop that one down, shake it off. Next one, we're getting into Russian swings. You can either use 1 dumbbell or you can swing with 2. All right. Use the hips. I cannot stress this enough. It's a hip hinge exercise. Now, the other benefit in these sessions is it's not just toning. There's going to be a lot of cardiovascular gain in this as well. Keep that back straight. Use your hips. If you're finding, hey, it's a bit ruthless with 2, you can drop it down to 1. All right. So our plank is next. So like all of these exercises, you can make it easier or harder. The harder version is off the toes. Now, tuck your tail down, pull your toes up, pull your elbows down. And you're going to find that's going to engage the entire anterior chain. When I say anterior chain, think of it as just the front half of your body, your tummy. If that's a bit hard, drop down to the knees. You may start on the feet and midway through, go to the knees, that's cool. It doesn't matter. But I want you challenging yourself through that midline. Keep the ribs pulled down. All right, recover. Now we're getting into burpees. All right, so burpees. I'll give you a look at the different options that you can do. First off are full burpees. All right, so full burpees. All the way down to the ground. All the way up. Now, again, you can control the intensity by your speed. Go down faster, hop up faster. If that's a bit hard and you're finding, hey, the push-up part is the toughest, do what we call up downs. Or you can even do them off a bench. or a box. Again, speed it up as you need. All right, our final exercise is dumbbell snatches. Keep your back nice and straight. Drive it up. Once you're overhead, swap hands. But get into that rhythm. Use your legs, use your hips. I don't want this being an upper body workout. All right, catch the breath. We are back to the start. Push presses again. Shake it off. That's one round done, one round to go. So be able to control the weight down, dip, drive, pull your ribs down. Like I say, if your shoulder flexibility isn't there, we want to avoid hyperextending excessively. As much as you can, pull it down. If you don't have that shoulder range, rather than going directly overhead, even punching slightly forward is going to be better than arching excessively through the back. So just track your technique, make sure you're doing it at a level you can go with. All right, back to our goblet squat. Control the intensity through the weight or your speed. So at the end of the first round, if you felt, hey, that wasn't too bad, go a little bit faster. If you're sitting and saying, no, man, I'm just hanging in here, go slower. Have a deep breath at the top. It's you versus you. You go at your pace. As long as you can maintain good technique. Good technique being when you squat down, that thigh is pointing with your toe. Good technique being a nice straight back. We're not bending or leaning forward or cantilevered or rounding at the back. All right, back to our Russian swings. Again, you can use one dumbbell or two, depending on what's available to you and how you're holding up. So we're just swinging to head height. Keep it controlled, all through the hips. There's just a little bit of knee bend. There's really not that much. Keep that back straight. Ten seconds to go. Hold on. All right. We are back into our plank. Make your way down. And holding. Tuck your tail down. Elbows down towards the toes. Toes up towards the elbows. Hold it as long as you can. And then, once the wheels start falling off, drop down to the knees as you need. But try and hang in there for as long as possible. Listen, we've only got 15 seconds to go now. 15 seconds. You can do it for 15. ribs down, squeeze the thighs, pull the toes to the elbows, elbows to the toes. Well done. Burpees. Second last station. Ooh. Catch the breath, shake it out. As I was saying, there are 3 distinct levels that you can do this at. Full burpees, you can do them as up downs where there's no push-up required. Not that you have to do strict push-ups in the burpees, you can snake it, that's completely okay. But we can do your up downs off a bench or a box. And within each of those movements, you can control the intensity. If you're feeling up for it, cycle through it faster. Drop down, pop up. If you're just hanging in there, take your time. All right, we have snatches to go. All right, last one, straight back. Use your hips and your legs. So again, go as fast as you can manage. Good technique. So the primary player here, where most of the time, if the technique fails, it's due to the back rounding. We want to avoid that. Keep that back straight. Keep it moving. We have 5 seconds. There's at least 2 more. Oh. Well done. Great job. Ideally, you'll have a bit of dew on the brow. It's amazing what 12 minutes can do. As always, hit the cool down. I've got a great foam rolling total body cool down in the comments, or you'll see it appear here. Follow that up. Get your cool down done and make sure you're ready to bounce back. Great job. We'll catch you again later in the week.